So you hear all the hype about GLP-1. You hear about how much weight people are losing. Ozempic this, Ozempic that, Mounjaro this, Mounjaro that. But what you don't know is how hard it is to really get out here, okay? Like, it sounds good. You see all the weight loss. You see all the results. But it is not an easy job to get a GLP-1. You even, I remember when the FDA approved, not approved Wegovy, sorry. And I remember all the hype. We were so excited. Everybody, oh my goodness, this is such a huge stepping stone for the GLP-1 community that we're going to now be able to have access to Wegovy. Okay? Not Wegovy, sorry, Zepbound. Wegovy was already there. So Zepbound, because Zepbound is the weight loss version of Mounjaro. So same medication, tirzepatide, but it was for weight loss. So that way, the people who was not type 2 diabetics can now get this as a weight loss version. But that was absolutely not the case. Okay, it probably helped a few people, but it did not help as many as they thought it would help. Like the insurance companies do not want to pay for this medication. Okay, so if you guys do not know me, I am Erica. I have been on a weight loss journey. This is October 1st, and so October 29th will be 2 years I've been on the GLP-1, okay? And so I have been through so many struggles with losing weight, so many struggles. I've tried everything from Herbalife to Weight Watchers to Jenny Craig to intermittent fasting, all the things. If you know my story, you know my story, okay? People always expected me to be on some kind of diet, and I always fail. They just knew I would not make it, okay? So I'm on TikTok, and I come across this medication, GLP-1. I see people losing weight, talking about all the great results of it. And so I said, let's see what this is about. So I started researching it, following people's story, looking into it. And back then, in that time, it was so easy to get, because it's definitely not easy to get now, right? So back then, it was very simple. All you had to do was have a commercial insurance and have somebody order it for you. So pretty much back then, we were using telehealth companies. So I started off with, it was a telehealth company I started off with, Elite. I can't think of the name of them, but that's what I started with. They will write, you just pay them a fee, and they will order the medication for you. So it was super easy. All I had to do was have commercial insurance. It was no big deal. And then came along, then also on top of that, they had a savings card that it made it where we only had to pay $25 to get Mounjaro. This medication was $1,200, $1,300. And with that savings card, we were able to get this medication for $25. It was so amazing, so awesome, y'all. Like, listen, those times are long gone. That was amazing. So then after the need, it started blowing up out of control. Everybody wanted it. It started going viral, going crazy. So now the insurance companies are looking crazy, because even though it was costing us $25, it was costing, the insurance company was taking a hit. And so eventually they got rid of the savings card. That was this tool. It was so awesome, y'all. Like, listen. So then we had to move forward with how to get our medication. So I'm part of the OG gang, I would say, the people that was originally getting the medication. So now we got to come up with plan B, because what we're not about to do is miss out on our medication. So then we had to start looking at how to get it approved through our prior authorization. So we had to require a prior authorization, meaning that you had to meet qualifications. Your doctor would submit to the insurance company a request that you have some special needs, some special circumstances that require you to have a huge benefit from this medication. So some people were successful with getting prior authorizations approved. Some people were not. Some people was battling with these insurance companies, because believe me, they did not want to pay, because you're literally going to have to get this every month. This medication is expensive. They did not want to help us, y'all. And that's the sad part, is that all the money we pay in insurance, and when we needed them, which, if you look at it, think about this, the insurance was so crazy dumb, because if I could lose the weight, it would cut down on all my comorbidities, right? All the things that was causing me to always need medication, to be to the doctor, having surgeries, going to the hospital, that would all get better with this medication, and they still do not want to pay for it, you guys. So it looks good, it's all hyped up, but it's not easy to get a GLP-1, okay? So I was able to, fortunately, to get my prior authorization approved. So I am fortunate enough that I have not had to go without my medication. And so on top of that, when they did get the Zepbound, which is the weight loss version of Mounjaro, they still made it hard, you guys, because now you have to meet certain BMI requirements to get the medication. But if your insurance policy does not cover it, hold on. So if your insurance does not have weight loss coverage on your policy, so let me just be clear about a couple things about this journey, okay? This phone acting stupid, y'all. Sorry. If your policy does not have weight loss coverage, so basically you have to contact your insurance, your insurance company. I am with Ambetter, and you have to find out from them, is there any weight loss coverage on your policy? That's how you will get the weight loss version of it. Okay. First thing first, though, in order to get the actual name brand Mounjaro or Ozempic, they're gonna require that you have diabetes diagnosis. You're gonna need to have some special circumstances. They sometimes pre-diabetes along with some other things may help you, but they definitely now are pretty strict about it being type 2 diabetic. Okay, that your hemoglobin A1C is in a certain range and those things. That is how you get Mounjaro if you have a type 2 diabetes. And just hear me though, there are people who have a type 2 diabetes that still was not able to get approved. The insurance companies was really being a butthole, y'all. Like, they do not want to cover it. So depending on the circumstances, that didn't even guarantee you to get it now. But I definitely say it's worth the try. Okay, all I can tell you is that you are your own advocate. If you allow these people to tell you no and you just let it roll, then that's going to be on you, because this medication is life changing and it's worth the fight. Okay, so with the weight loss version, if you want Wegovy, which is the weight loss version of Ozempic, or if you want Zepbound, you need to see, do your insurance policy cover weight loss coverage? And a lot of them don't, y'all. Like, they trying not to help us, which is so dumb, because the benefits would definitely outweigh it. It's just so crazy to me. So you got to check there first. You're gonna need, if even with with the weight loss version of it, you can still request, if they try to deny you that, you can. So let me tell you what the prior auth does. The prior auth, they may not, if it's not on your policy. Let's say it's not on your policy, right? The prior authorization can override it, and they have to still cover it for you, is what I'm saying. So you just got to do it that way. You got to find a doctor who will advocate for you. You don't want a doctor who's going to write on. Now, if you're trying to get the Mounjaro version, you can't have them write weight loss on there. It's going to automatically deny it. Okay, so there's some stuff to it. There's a lot of technicalities that I can't go through, and it'll take me too long in this video. But I just want you to know, in order to get Mounjaro, you need a type 2 diabetes, okay, diagnosis. In order to get Zepbound, which is the same medication in a weight loss version, you're gonna have to meet certain BMI requirements, and you also got to see if your policy has weight loss coverage. And a lot of them don't. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't, y'all. It's super hard. So next choice is for you guys is to look at compounded version of this medication. A lot of people still don't know that there is a compound, and what is a compound. So basically, a compounded version of weight loss medicine, or Mounjaro, is tirzepatide. So let's say you want tirzepatide, or you want Ozempic, which is semaglutide. Okay, for me, Mounjaro would be the top one that I would want if I could get it, which is tirzepatide, and then semaglutide would be my second option if I didn't have a choice. Okay, because so compound is pretty much the ingredients of the tirzepatide. So there's tirzepatide and there's semaglutide. Semaglutide is Ozempic, tirzepatide is Mounjaro, okay? But they do have a compounded medication, meaning they take some of the components of either one of those medications and compound it with other meds so it can be beneficial to you in your body to give you the same results, right? So that's what you see a lot of people saying they got compounded medications out here. So now let's talk about the cost, because on top of compounds, it's going to be costly. Like, you got to look at, can you afford to maintain this? Now, the good thing is that compound now is coming down in prices. So we were looking at possibly up to $500 a month, where now it's down to, depending on if you want semaglutide, you could probably get it right under $200 a month, up to $300 a month, okay? $350 at the most, okay? Now that is a cost, but I definitely say it's worth the cost, okay? I didn't tell you guys, I'm Erica, and I told you I've been on a weight loss journey. My highest weight was 205. I am currently 145, so I am down 60 pounds. I've been in maintenance since November of 23, and I've been maintaining my weight between 150 and 145 this entire time. Like, I have been doing good. I'm on 15 milligrams of Mounjaro. It has changed my life. I'm also on Lipo C. If you don't know about Lipo, it also helps with your weight loss journey, okay? But compounded is something I did try for 2 months. I preferred it because I have access to the name brand. I continued on that journey, but I did want to just try to see how it works. I did lose some inches on that compound, but that's what compound is. So if you cannot get it, you just got to keep in mind that you have to decide if the cost is something that you can maintain, because it's expensive for some people. When, if you can get it through your insurance, it'd be like 25 a month, right? Compared to 200 or 300 a month. So that's why you want to make sure that you at least keep in mind that the cost could be, could be the only thing. I just say we spend money on what we want to spend it on, right? So we could spend 200 or 300 a month on just going out to eat. I'm just saying, you got to ask yourself what's important. But understand that GLP-1 has changed the game. It's so beneficial. I definitely am an advocate for any kind of GLP-1. There are different versions. They have multiple kinds. It's not just the Mounjaro and Ozempic. There are other ones too that it's some pill forms. There's a lot of different ones. But I know those are the two top ones right now. They do have some new ones coming out in the next year or so. But it is definitely so beneficial. I mean, my vital signs, my blood pressure, I used to be walking short of breath, all the things like I'm just so grateful for. So yes, those are some things that I want to talk to you about as far as the cost, and why is it so hard to get a GLP-1 and it's insurance companies. I was just looking at Bernie Sanders. He's going he's been advocating for the medication price change because Norvis, the guy that makes Ozempic, they were talking about the price, like, and literally in all the other countries they're charging. They've been charging. They go charge people in other countries $50 and charging us $1,200 and $1,300 for this medication. That's just sad because there's no really tight regulations on the medication and the price, and the way they can just charge us all kind of ridiculous prices. So, unfortunately, that's what it is. So, listen, I just want to come in and do a really quick video talking to you about, GLP-1 sounds good. It's so exciting. You hear all the viral trending, but it's definitely still not that easy to get. And maybe, hopefully, something I said help you look into your own insurance policies. Look and see if you can qualify for it, and maybe look into a compounded version if you just really need to get something to get you started. So let me know if you have any questions. List them below.